This is a fantastic event that's taken an awful long time to come to fruition. And I wanted to just take a few minutes to let you in on that. I suppose our relationship with our special guest tonight, Yamakiya Taiko Group, started several years ago when my wife Toko Shiiki took a very profound interest in what was happening in Japan following the terrible three-part disaster of 2011, almost 5 years ago. And at that point, she was very, very curious to know what's truth, what's happening over there, are we just getting filtered knowledge, what's happening? And we went over there, and we started looking and meeting people. A very serendipitous journey in which we met a lot of fantastic people. You will see some of these people when we will be showing our movie, Threshold, Whispers of Fukushima. While meeting people in Fukushima, Toko quite coincidentally came upon a CD of Yamakiya Taiko Group, and she loved the music. She reached out to them and established a very interested creative relationship. Then she continued to say, you know, let's work together. We made our movie, and we found out that this was not the first time that they had been in the United States. They actually came not too long after the disasters in 2011. The terrible nuclear, well, all of that happened happened a lot of the population. They were evacuated and forced apart from each other. The group was separated from each other and from their music. Luckily, little by little, they began to reestablish contact, and that was partially or largely due actually to a performance at Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C. They were invited to a performance, and that gave them some energy to pull back together and get their group solid again and move forward. They made the journey, they made the performance. Well, cut to several years later, and they decided now that this is the time. A number of their members of their group are parting ways, graduating high school and that kind of thing. And they said, we're going to do one more big concert. We'd love to do this, and we are going to pay for it ourselves if we have to. Toko and I said, oh, no, we have to find a way that we can make this happen. And what began as just a simple idea, we then brought it to people like Yuri from the Center for Japanese Studies, and Kwasi from the Center for World Performance Studies, and we just presented them this idea. How can we get them to come and perform? Didn't realize that they were going to say, yes, let's do this. And suddenly we had a plan that we started building on. All year long, we've been attracting more and more collaborators into this project, which has become a residency. They will be performing several times in workshops and interacting with percussion department and the music education department at the School of Music, Theater, and Dance, as well as doing a workshop at a local elementary school. I think that we can trace historically the arrival of this evening to those things. However, I think for me personally, it goes even further back to when I first saw a taiko group at all, which was here in PowerCenter. I heard the Kodo drum ensemble. The first time I heard somebody whack that huge drum and felt it in my chest and through my body, it spoke to me in some language that I can't explain. I think you know what I'm talking about. And perhaps it goes even deeper than that sound. Perhaps it is what mottos of our movie, which is remember the thing that you love. Remembering that thing gives you power to carry through all kinds of difficulty. Be it playing this drum for 20 minutes at a stretch, carrying these big bats, following that sound, following that music, following the timing, and staying with it helps you get through some very difficult times. Just the same, the music helps people get through the difficulty in terms of what Yamakia has gone through to come to this show tonight. So are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, I think you need to make a little more noise than that. Are you ready? Put your hands together, stomp your feet, shout out loud for the Yamakia Taiko Ensemble!